Lord Jesus, come in today. Come in, I pray. Come in to my heart, Lord Jesus. Into my heart, into my heart. Come into my heart, Lord Jesus. Come in today. Welcome into the live stream, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We know it. Listen to me, Chia. God is at the throne. God is at the throne, and I am at His feet of mercy. In the name of Jesus, don't perplex me this Thursday. It is time for me to do swords in hand. How has your day been going? Bina, how are you, my love? How are you doing, my darling? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome into the live. You know it's Thursday. You know it's Thursday, and on Thursdays we do what else over here but swords in hand. Today I really do feel fabulous. Wait, guys, something is wrong here, but I don't know what. Okay, we just leave it in the hands of the Father. I don't know how to modify it, so I don't know how to modify it right now, so I will do some modification to it later on. But for right now, we are going to be doing swords in hand like we do every Thursday. I want to say welcome to the lovely Chia in the house. This Maka keep on juking me, and Lord, I am praying for this Chia Maka who keeps coming in my life and juking me. Okay, Abina, how are you doing, my dear? Hope you're having a fantastic day. My sweet and lovely Case Diamond is in the house. Welcome, Case Diamond, my friend. How are you doing, my love? How are you doing? And here is Chia again, joking me with another, oh, no bother me. All right, all right. Well, guess what? Neither of us is going to bother the other. I'm going to be playing swords in hand this evening, like I do over here every Thursday. Thank you, Chia. Thank you for coming. Even though you come with your fingers running, just like they're running, like you're running your mouth. Okay. All right. Y'all see what she's saying to me in the chat? I'm going to take up my whiteboard here. I have some things written on my whiteboard, but don't let me have to start writing on my whiteboard. Okay, Chia? All right. Okay, guys. So we are going to be doing swords in hand. If you have not yet invited your friends and your friends, share out the live, invite your friends and your friends to come on over into the live and let us do swords in hand Bible trivia this evening. Thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and I hope everybody's doing well. For those of you who don't know how the game is played, go ahead and get you a Bible source, whether it is your book Bible or your Bible on Google. Remember, we're all Google certified. Everybody has a device to their disposal these days. So go ahead and open it to the King James Version of the Bible. And what is going to happen is I, as your host, I am going to randomly flip open my Bible, and wherever it lands, I will tell you the book, the chapter, and the verse. Your responsibility is to find that book, that chapter, and that verse in your Bible source. Go ahead and start typing it in the chat. Please only type the first 3 words. That will give me enough context to award the point. Also, we're going to be playing trivia. And the trivia questions are going to be coming from Genesis chapters 32 to 35. Why? Because those are the last chapters that we did on the morning readings. Now, remember, I told you, or for those of you who are new, or those of you who are not yet aware, I do the narration of the Bible. I am trying to do it from cover to cover. So I'm reading it from chapter to chapter so that I can have an understanding and I can share that understanding with you all. Remember, I'm not a theologist or anything like that, but the Bible is such a well-read book that I believe everybody has a responsibility to at least read the Bible once so you know for yourself what it says and the context in which whatever it was talking about was what the context was, because a lot of us, too many of us, almost all of us, we are being told what is in this book that governs our lives, but we don't spend time to go into it ourselves to find out if it really says what we're being told that it says. Fair enough? So, because I like to know, if you're telling me that it is in the book, I want to see it for myself. So therefore, that is why I am going through the Bible line for line. I'm not jumping over, I'm not skipping anything. I'm going line for line. So if anybody think they're going to come to me and tell me the Bible says Z when I know it said B, they got another guess coming. Right. And because I am doing that for me, I am sharing it with you all so that you all can also learn the same time I am learning what is in the good book. Fair enough? Fair enough. Okay, so this evening we're going to be doing Swords in Hand / Bible Trivia, and we are going to be focusing on the chapters of Genesis 32 to 35. Those of you who have been on the channel have seen where I've posted chapters 32, 3, 4, and 5. So the contents of those 4 chapters is what is going to be on the test. So I sort of gave you a heads up on the test. So this is what the test is going to be based on. Okay, let me get back in the chat and see all my lovely travelers in the chat. My lovely traveler named Chiamaka Ajoa. Okay, Mommy Belinda, how are you doing, my dear? Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Also, Vibes is in the house. I'm in the background because I'm sewing. Oh, you sew too? Oh boy, we got something in common. Yes. Yes, we have something in common, Vibes. I love sewing, yeah. I don't sew every day, but I have my machine downstairs. Whenever I gotta do something, I just do it. Like if I make my own cloth masks. I wonder if you're making lots of masks. I make my own. I need to spin this some way. Like, is it like this? Yeah, maybe like that. Yes, that's better. Yes, I make my own mask. I make my own mask. I make masks. I've made masks and given away ever since the pandemic started. Everybody keeps saying, Trev, you should sell them and make some money. Well, I've given them away. There's a lot you don't know about me. Hey! Don't come at a sister like that. Oh I'm glad I know that you sew. At least you sew, I sew. You vlog, I vlog. You, I love you, Vibes. Okay, and also there's a lovely Yard Foods in the house. Thank you so much for coming, Yard Foods. As always, Yard Food is my top cup. So behave yourselves, guys. Behave yourself. Don't let Yard Foods have to take out her baton and discipline you. Okay? Behave yourselves. All right. Yard Foods, welcome. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I have been having a great day. I think my day today has been a very productive day. I got quite a few things done today that, I probably wouldn't have gotten done on an ordinary day. Today just seemed like it was an extraordinary day. I'm not sure where I got all that energy from, considering that this morning my family suffered an enormous loss. Because in the early hours of the morning, I lost my aunt. And, throughout the day, we have been, talking with each other, consoling each other, and that sort of thing. So, and in between that, I just had this burst of energy that kept me, editing stuff today and just, I guess it's my way of coping to take my mind off of, the feeling of sadness that that my family is currently going through. All right, Share is in the house. All the wonderful travelers are rolling in. Thank you so much for coming. The lovely Share is in the house. Vag said, yes, I make a lot of things for my home and for person. Right now, I'm making some cushions for my car seats. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, that's why my mom always told us hands were made to be useful if you show them the way. So for yourself and others, make them useful every day. Yes, make your hands useful. Yes, I love that. I love that. I do a lot of sewing. I sew a lot. I crochet. I keep something that I'm crocheting right by the throne. Every time I go there, I throw in a few stitches. That's a good way for me to get my little blankets done. I made little blankets for my grandbabies and stuff like that. Yes. I use up my hands a lot. And also in the house. Okay. Thank you so much, Vibes. Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, it is, it is what it is. Jules, how are you doing, Jules? Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming. Chia says she needs to learn how to knit. I would teach you, but you're a little bit too, I would teach you, but no. You are gonna have to apologize to me 10 times over for me to teach you. Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. So in the coming days, I will be putting together a memorial on my channel for my auntie. Yeah, yes, Chia. I ain't gonna put my phone to also be on mute because it's gonna be ringing. Yes, my phones are gonna be ringing. All right. But Chia says I need to put it on mute. All right, there you go, Chia. They're both on mute. Are you satisfied now, honey? All right. Okay, Chia. All right. What in the world do you mean? We are going to have to talk off the air. But anyway, guys, without further ado, are you ready? Chia, you ready to play Swords in Hand? Bible trivia. Did you listen to the recordings? I bet you didn't. That's why you have so much mouth. Oh my God! That's why you have so much mouth. Because you did not listen. You did not listen to the narrations that I had put up on 32, 33, 34, and 35. But anyway, guys, get you your book Bible. For those of you who are just coming in, get you a Bible source. Either your book Bible or your Google Bible, because we're all Google certified around here. But before I get any further, guys, do not forget to hit that like button. Like, comment, and share out the live. Invite your friends and your friends' friends to come on over and let us have a good evening. No, me go and listen to my what Biafra programs. I'm not sure what that is. Okay. All right. All right. So, but keep coming, guys. Come on in. Come on in. If you're on the outside looking in. All right. Silva is in the house. Another top cop is in the house, guys. Know to behave yourselves or else he will drape you up. So, thank you so much for coming. Keep coming, guys. Invite your friends and your friends' friends. Let's see who is going to be the winner of the Swords in Hand game tonight. Yes. Let's see who is going to be the winner of the game tonight. Thank you all so much for coming. Those of you who are here. Guys, I'm in the background. Okay. No problem, vibes. Go on. Do your sewing. Do your sewing. Go ahead, dear. Do what you're doing. Thank you, Mommy Belinda. I mean, I gotta share the joy that I have in my soul. Why my shirt looks so lean? Is that any better? Okay. All right, so Silva, talk to me. What's going on with you, my friend? Why this look so? It must say it look funny. Chia, you gone? Let me see what she texts me and say now. Hello, my friend. How are you doing? I am currently on the live doing Swords in Hand. Come on over and join me. Join us, as a matter of fact. All of us, the travelers are rolling in, rolling in, rolling in. So come on over. Okay, Princess is in the house. Princess is in the house. How are you doing, my dear? How are you doing? So good to see you. Oh, Silva says he's on the road. Oh, you were just gonna call me to see where I'm at with Swords in Hand. I'm here, sugar. I am here. I am here. All right, Silva, be safe while you're on the road. You know we need you. We need you, so be very safe. Yes, whatever you do, be safe. Okay, then there is. Oh, really? Oh, Chia is here and Princess and Sylvia is in Jamaica together. Wow, guys, be safe down there. Be safe. Oh, Princess, you would not know what is happening here. You would not know what is happening here. I see the two of you. I see the two of you. You hear Sylvia there. You hear Sylvia there. Yes, I see the two of you. But I hope you all have a fantastic time. Don't forget, bring me some tambourine. Is it tambourine season though? I don't even know. But be safe, guys. Whatever you do, please be safe. We know that down there in Jamaica, all kinds of things going on in this here February here. So, Princess, in this February that comes in September, please be very, very careful with whatever you are doing. Those some of you may not know what I'm talking about, but some of you may not know what I'm talking about. So let me share it with you a little bit. So the Jamaican Prime Minister was doing a press conference a few days ago, and he said on September 3rd. So so on this year February, please guys, be very careful. That is making its rounds on social media because that was so funny. Poor Prime Minister. After all the nonsense that's going on. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. So yes, yesterday I think he was doing it. The 1st of September he was doing it, talking about tomorrow. Tomorrow, Friday, September 3rd. He says Friday, February, September 3rd. But we all make mistakes. I'm sure if I go back through a lot of my lives, I would realize that I do make mistakes too. We all do. But that was super funny. Anyway, guys, if you all are ready to play Swords in Hand / Bible Trivia, I am ready as well. So we can go on. We can move on. Let's see who is in the chat, who has their Bible source with them, who is ready. Welcome into the chat, lovely Sylvia, guys. Sylvia is in the house. Another of the top cops in the house. Sylvia is here. Guys, do not misbehave. Oops. Okay. Do not misbehave, because if you do, the lovely Sylvia, the lovely Sylvia will drape you up. Sharon says, "Me no want you this up. We are love for a poor bro God head gone." Yes, brother, head gone, bad. Oh my God. Bro God head gone, brother. It gone. We can imagine say I use dynamite here now. Me and bro got the same age, you know. Can imagine say bro got I use dynamite here, because the stress supposed to be making him gray. Every ear upon him body supposed to be gray. Oh my God. Anyway, what we gotta do, we just gotta pray and hope that this virus, whatever it is, goes away and goes away soon, because too many people are falling out because of this virus. Too many people are falling out. And there are people falling out who have gotten the job. There are people falling out who haven't gotten the job. I don't know. Believe you me, guys, I am in the same place like you all. And even though I work in healthcare, I am in the same place. I want to trust the science. I want to believe the science. But we see what's happening around us. I don't want anybody to die. Don't want to see people dying. But people are dying. People are taking the job, and they're still dying. And people are not taking the job and they're dying. I don't know what to say. Let's just hope that the powers that be intervene sooner than later. It's almost 2 years now. Let's hope the powers that be intervene and save us from the wrath of whatever this is that is going on amongst us. All right, guys? So let us move right into Swords in Hand. Get your Bible source, guys. Everybody get your Bible source. We are ready. I am going to be flipping my Bible randomly, and wherever it falls, I will tell you where it is, the book, the chapter, and the verse. Go ahead and find it in your Bible source. Start typing it. Type the first 3 words. That will give me enough context, and then I will be able to award the point appropriately. All right, guys. Welcome, Sandra, to in 2020. Thank you so much for coming, Sandra 2020. How are you doing, my dear? I'm so happy to see you. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Now, I have opened my Bible to Genesis chapter 34 and verse 4. Genesis chapter 34 and verse 4. The first person to start typing Genesis 34 and verse 4 will get the point. Guys, if you have not yet invited your friend and your friend and your friend's friends, go ahead and invite them to come on into the live. Let's have some more people in the live, guys. Let's have some more people in the live. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Look at the 2 of you. So when you were singing today, Princess, you were singing from Jamaica, huh? Okay, now the pussy's out the bag. Okay. Okay, Sandra 2020 and Shechem spoke. Yes, Sandra. Sandra got that one. And Shechem spoke. Sandra got the first point. Next, Genesis chapter 26 and verse 4. Genesis chapter 26 and verse 4. Guys, if you have not yet hit that like button, go ahead and hit the like button and invite your friends and your friends' friends to come on over into the live and let us have a wonderful time over here on Trevesense Unstoppable. Anybody here was on the channel today? Did anybody go over to the channel today? Chia, where are you? Okay, and I will, yes. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars in heaven. Yes, and I will. Sharon got that one again. Okay, moving right along, guys. Swords in hand. Swords in hand. Now we're on to Genesis chapter 22 and verse 4. Genesis chapter 22 and verse 4. Oh, Chia, you're there. Good to see you, Chia. Good to see you. Chia. Good to see you, Chia. Chia. Okay. Genesis chapter 22 and verse 4. Chia, I know you know the Bible like the back of your hand. Okay. Jules says, on the third day, yes, Jules, on the third day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. Yes, Jules. Jules, how has your day been? How you been doing? How are you doing, my love? How are you doing? Okay, Jules came in first with that one. And the next one is going to be Genesis chapter 35 and verse 4. Genesis chapter 35 and verse 4. Genesis chapter 35 and verse 4. Good to see you. I'm glad you are okay. I'm glad you are okay. Genesis chapter 35 and verse 4. Genesis chapter 35 and verse 4. So they gave, yes, and they gave unto Jacob. Yes, so they gave and they gave, yes. Jules got that one. Very good. Okay. Jules, you got to speed it up, Sandra. Speed it up. Speed it up. Jules is moving kind of fast around here. The next one is Genesis chapter 32 and verse 4. Genesis 32 and verse 4. Thank you so much, Belinda. Thank you so much. Genesis, thank you so much, Belinda. I appreciate it. I need all the blessings I can get. Genesis 32 and verse 4. First person to start typing Genesis 32 and verse 4 in the chat. Go ahead, type the first three letters, first three words, so that I can get context to give you the point. And Genesis 32 and verse 4. Jules, that's not what mine is saying. Genesis 32 and verse 4. Genesis 32 and verse 4, guys, go ahead and start typing. Type the first three words in the verse so that I can award the point appropriately. And remember, I am going by the first person that comes in with the correct answer on my computer screen. I'm not even looking at the phone screen because a lot of times it comes in on the phone and the computer screen at different times. Sharon is here. Sharon said, and he commanded. Yes. Yes, Sharon, and he commanded. And he commanded them, saying, thus shall he speak unto my lord Esau. Thy servant Jacob saith thus, I have sojourned with Laban and stayed there until now. Yes, Sharon, you got that one. And the next one is going to be Genesis chapter 18 and verse 4. Genesis chapter 18 and verse 4. Let's see who is going to come in with the answer first. Genesis 18 and verse 4. Genesis 18 and verse 4. Welcome again into the chat, guys. Thank you all for coming, for each and every one of you who is in the chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of you who have come into the live. Thank you so much for coming. Just let me see what the answer says. Let a little water, I pray you, be fetched and wash your feet and rest yourselves under the tree. Let a little water. Let a little water. Let's see. Who is the first person? Sharon, please let a little. Yeah, Sharon got that one. Let a little water. Okay? All right. We are moving on to trivia. Let's see who listened to the narrations of the last 4 chapters, because the questions here this evening are coming from Genesis chapters 32 to 35. First question is going to be, where was Benjamin born? Where was Benjamin born? Let's see who listened to the narration, or know it already, or watched it, or read it. Where was Benjamin born? Hello, Teresa. ¿Cómo está, mi amor? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Mwah. Where was Benjamin born? Let me see who listened to, read, or know already where Benjamin was born. According to the Bible, where was Benjamin born? Okay, who knows the answer? The answer can be found in Genesis chapter 35. In Genesis chapter 35. Genesis chapter 35. That's where it can be found, where Benjamin was born. Let's see who else is coming in with the answer. All right, now everybody in the chat is saying Benjamin was born in Canaan. Why am I not looking for Canaan as the answer? Why am I not looking for Canaan as the answer? Host, I am in the background. Okay, Linda. All right. Okay, Belinda. That is perfectly fine with me. Thank you so much for giving me some of your time. I appreciate it very, very much. And everybody else who is coming, guys, if you've come into the chat, please don't forget to hit that like button, share, comment, like, invite your friends and your friends and your friends' friends, and tell them to come on over. All right. And we're back to the question, where was Benjamin born? And I am not looking for Canaan as the answer. Sharon says he was born in Efrat. That is true, because according to Genesis chapter 35 and verse 16, it says, and they traveled from Bethel, and there was but a little way to come to Efrat, and Rachel travailed, and she had hard labor. Yes, so if Efrat was where Efrat has a name now. What is Efrat called now? Do you know? Do you know what Efrat is called now? Do you know the name? Anybody knows the name of the place? In back then it was called Efrat. What do we know it as now? According to the Bible. Thank you for that, Sharon. You got that. That girl Prinny is in the house. Thank you so much, that girl Prinny. What is it called? You know, Chia, tell me. What is the name of that place, Efrat? What do we know it as in modern day? And that can also be found in Genesis chapter 35. The modern day name of Efrat, the place where Benjamin was born, that's right outside of Bethel. And they were traveling from Bethel, and when they got to Efrat, that's when Rachel went into labor. And she had Benjamin at that place that's called Efrat. And that place is, who knows? Anybody going once, going twice, going once, going twice? Who knows? That girl Prinny, yes, Bethlehem. Yes, that girl Prinny got that one right. Bethlehem. And it is right here, guys. I am not making it up because it says here in verse 19, and Rachel died and was buried in the way to Efrath, which is Bethlehem. Yay! Okay, there we go. All right, let's move right along. The next question is, which of Jacob's sons slept with one of his concubines? Which of Jacob's sons slept with one of his concubines? Yes, guys. Go ahead. That was in the narration as well. Which of Jacob's sons slept with one of his concubines? Which of Jacob's sons slept with one of his concubines? Which of them? Which of those boys slept with their daddy's woman? Which of them? Yes, Jules, that was Reuben. That was Reuben. Reuben slept with his dad's girlfriend. Yes, Reuben was the one. Next question. Which of Jacob's two sons attacked the Hivite city? Which of Jacob's two sons? You remember in the story where two of Jacob's sons attacked the city and slew all the men? Which of Jacob's two sons were responsible for that carnage? Who remembers? Which of Jacob's two sons were responsible for attacking the city and slaying all the men? That girl, Prinny, Simeon and Levi. Yes, Prinny. Simeon and Levi were responsible for attacking the city and slaying all the men. Simeon and Levi were responsible for that gruesome act. The next question is, how old was Jacob when he died? How old was Jacob when he died? How old was Jacob when he died? Who remembers? How old was Jacob when he died? How old was Jacob when he gave up the ghost and died? Where did y'all get 147 from? How old was Jacob when he died? Hold on, guys, because everybody here is saying 147. Oh, and that was my bad. 147. All right, I'm going to give everybody that score. Because it is my bad. Okay, that's my bad. They said Jacob was 147. I guess Jacob was 147 when he died. All right, so we, I guess he was. So we are going to move right along. We are going to move right along. I'm going to put a duck on that one. I'm going to put a duck on that one. How old was Jacob when he died? All right. Next question is, how many rams did Jacob send for Esau? Remember when Jacob was going back and he was afraid that Esau was still angry at him and Esau was going to try to harm him and his wives and his concubines and his children and the men that were with him? He sent Esau gifts, lots of gifts of camel and ewes and rams and bulls and lots of presents. How many rams did Jacob send for Esau? How many rams? Yes, rams as in he goats. Not he goats. We call it he goats, but back then the rams they were talking about is like sheep, the male sheep. I thought I put the phone on. How many rams How many rams did he send for Esau? Jules got it. Yes, Jules. He sent 20 rams. He sent 20 rams. All right. Next question. Next question, guys, before we go back to swords in hand. Next question. Remember how Jacob put all his family in a group, in groups, and he put one group to the front, one group in the middle, and one group in the back? Which group did he put in the back? Which group did Jacob put in the back? Remember when, according to the story, when they were going to Esau and he was afraid that Esau was going to harm him and his wives and his children and his maid servants and everybody, he wanted to make sure that if Esau's men came out blazing, that he protected who he wanted to protect. Who he separated his concubines with their children and his wife with their children and wife with their children in the back. Who did he put in the back? Who did he put in the back? Yes, that girl pretty. He put Rachel and Joseph in the back. Yes, he had them in three groups. And he put Rachel and Joseph in the back. Why y'all think he put Rachel and Joseph in the back? Welcome into the house, P. How are you doing? So good to see you. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for coming. All right. So talk to me. Why do you think Joseph put Rachel, not Joe, Jacob put Rachel and Joseph in the back? Yes, Jules, they were his favorite. He wanted to make sure he put them at the back of the battle so that if Esau's men came out blazing, then they would be at the back. The chances of them escaping would be increased because they're at the back of the battle. And that brings me to the next question. Who did he put in front? Who did Jacob put in the front of the battle? Which group did Jacob put in the front of the battle? Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. How you doing? Hey, Mickey. Welcome, 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 Mickey. Welcome. Welcome into the chat. Thank you so much for coming. Which group did Jacob put in the front of the battle? Which group did he put in the front? We know he put Rachel and Joseph in the back because they were his favorite. Which group did he put in the front? Which group did he put in the front of the battle? Jules says, yes. No, it wasn't Leah. Yes. The maid servants, Prinny, yes. The females, yes. His concubines and their children. He put his concubines and their children in the front. He put his concubines and their children in the front of the battle. Yes, Jules got that. Oh yes, that's what he did. So that if anything, they would face the wrath of Esau first. Oh boy. And even today, guys, I mean, it brings to the question. I mean, men really do have their preferences. Even they have 3, 4, 5 women. They really do have their preferences. Because Jacob had those 4 women. But he really did love Rachel with a special kind of love. And he loved the child that Rachel had for him with a special kind of love. But the concubines, I don't think he really cared much for. Because he put them in the front of the battle. And in the middle, he put Leah and her children. And in the back, he put Rachel and Joseph. At this time, Benjamin wasn't born yet. So, Mickey says, you're such an amazing. It's so nice to come here. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you. I appreciate it. What has to do with life but live it and live it happy. Happy. Yes. Live it in good spirit, in a good place. Let me see what P says. That's what I tell you. That I don't like when people come and try to disturb my spirit. Because my spirit don't like to be disturbed, you know. My spirit likes to remain cool, calm, collected, jovial and in peace. P says he instructed them. Yes, he instructed them to go to the front. Yes, he instructed them. He separated them because He knew that his brother might be angry at him, and if his brother and his men came out swinging, he wanted to make sure that Rachel and Joseph were protected, but the others could very well go for all he cared. That's how I look at it. That is how I look at it. Don't blame it on me. That's how I look at it. Okay? The next question, what was the name of Jacob's daughter? What was the name of Jacob's daughter? Who remembered the name of Jacob's daughter? Anybody? P, you should remember the name of Jacob's daughter. Guys, you have to understand my phone is ringing and off the hook, and I know it's friends and family members who are just getting the news, texting me. I appreciate it. All right. Dinah, yes, Jules. Dinah was the name of Jacob's only daughter. And which of his wives, girlfriends, which of his women had Dinah for him? Who was Dinah's mother? Who was Dinah's mother? Do y'all remember? Guys, it's a good thing that I'm doing this, because this is even helping me to remember these things that I did since I was a child growing up in church. I didn't even remember these things until I started reading it again and doing Swords in Hand. That's when I remember most of this stuff. I did not remember most of it. Yes, that girl pretty got it. Yes, Leah was Dinah's mother. The next question, what is the name of the man who defiled Dinah? What is the name of the man who defiled Dinah? Who remembers the name of the man who defiled Dinah? That girl pretty say, I said Dinah first. You may have said Dinah first, but when I go by how it is on my screen, because both of you came in with it at the very same time, but on my screen. Maybe on your screen, yours is coming up on top, but on my screen, Jules came up on top. And we know that happens with technology, especially when we're, with the trafficking of the typing. It might come up on one screen before it comes on the other. Yeah. So I'm going by my screen. Yeah. There we go. Oh, there we go. That girl pretty. Yes. The man who defiled Dinah, his name was Shechem. That girl pretty is on fire tonight, guys. You all can't catch her. She is on fire. Yes. Shechem is the name of the man who defiled Dinah. Okay. What was the name given to Benjamin by Rachel? What is the name that Rachel gave to Benjamin? Who remembers? What is the name that Rachel gave to Benjamin? What is the name that Rachel gave to Benjamin? Yes, Jules, it was Benoni. Yes, Rachel called Benjamin Benoni, and Jacob called him Benjamin. So that's how we ended up with the name Benjamin. Okay, wonderful, guys. You are doing great. Looks like you all are doing better with the trivia than you are with the swords in hand. What did Jacob and his family do with the people after the massacre? What did Jacob do with the people of the city after the massacre? What did Jacob and his family do with the people, or the Hivites? What did they do with them after the massacre? Anybody remember? What did Jacob and his family do with the people of the city after the massacre? After the massacre, in which they took out the 3 points of all the men, what did they do with the women, the children, the cattle, and everything that the people owned? What did they do? Who remembers? What did Jacob and his sons and his whole tribe of herdsmen, cattlemen, servants, all of his people, what did they do with the people of the city after they had slaughtered all the men? Anybody remembers? Does anybody remember? What did Jacob and his family do to the people in the city after his sons Simeon and Levi had pillaged and plundered and slaughtered all the men of the city? What did they do with the women and the children and all the riches of the city? What did they do with it? Anybody remember? Anybody? Does anybody remember? P, I know you should remember this, you know. You should remember this. If nobody else, you should remember this. What did they do? Okay, I see 8 million people in the house. Welcome into the chat, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome into the stream. It is Thursday, and you know on a Thursday we do Swords in Hand / Bible Trivia. We are doing the same today, Thursday. We will be here for some time as we do Bible Trivia / Swords in Hand. Thank you so much for coming. If you have not yet hit the like button, now is a great time to do so. Hit the like button. Don't be afraid to come on up into my house. Kick off your shoes, step on up. Kick off your shoes and step on up into the house. To the right, you will find the subscribe button, and to the left, you will find the like button. Hit them both and come on down. And let us have a conversation. Is it a conversation we're having? Yeah, the conversation goes on, right? We are doing Swords in Hand / Bible Trivia. So come on in, guys. Come on in. The question we are on is, what did Jacob and his family do with the women and children after they had slaughtered all the men in the city? What did they do afterwards? After committing such an act? We know Simeon and Levi were responsible for the act, but what happened afterwards when Jacob learned of the deeds of Simeon and Levi? What did they do with the other people in the city? Did anybody get it? Did anybody find it? Are y'all typing? Oops. Come on, guys, tell me what happened. What did Jacob and his family do to the women and children in the city after they had slaughtered all the men? I'm waiting for somebody to tell me what happened. What did they do? Nobody remembers? We can go into the book of Genesis. We will find it. We will find it in the book of Genesis. What did Jacob and his children, yes, what did they do with the women and children? Okay, well, according to the good book, in Genesis 34 and verse 30, let me tell you what happened there. They took their sheep and their oxen and their asses and that which was in the city and that which was in the field and all their wealth and all their little ones and their wives. They took them captive and spoiled even all that was in the house. That is according to the good book, not something I made up, but right here. That's what Simeon and Levi did. And Jacob didn't stop them because it says, and Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, He have troubled me to make me to stink among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites, and I, being few in number, they will gather themselves together against me and slay me, and I shall be destroyed, I and my house. And they said, Should he deal with our sister as though she was an harlot? Right. So they took the wives, they took the children, they took the gold, they took everything that was in the city after they had slaughtered the men. All right, we are going to move right along. Let us find another question from the readings. Does anybody know how many camels did Jacob send for Esau? How many camels did Jacob send for Esau? Anybody remember? How many camels did Jacob send for Esau? Where is Chia? Chia, where are you? How many camels did Jacob send for Esau? Waiting on the answer. How many camels did Jacob send for Esau? How many camels did Jacob send for Esau? Anybody here in the chat know? How many camels did Jacob send for Esau? Jules, C says 3. Yes, Jules, it was 30. And he sent 30 camels for his brother Esau. He sent 30 camels. Who remembers, where did Jacob build a house? Where did Jacob build a house? You all remember that Jacob built a house. Where? What was the name of the place where Jacob built a house? Who remembers the name of the place where Jacob built a house? Who remembers the name of the place where Jacob built a house? In all the chapters, there is just one time it spoke about Jacob building a house. Yes, Jules, he built the house in Succoth. Yes, Jules, I see that you are on the ball. Yes, he built it in Sukkah. That was the name of the place where Jacob built his house. Next question. How many years in total did Jacob serve Laban? How many years in total did Jacob did Jacob serve Laban? How many years in total did Jacob serve Laban? Topaz is in the house. Topaz is in the house. Everybody come around. Welcome to my lovely traveler in the form of Topaz is in the place. Welcome, Topaz. Thank you so much for coming, darling. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How many years in total did Jacob serve Laban? Yes, Jules, you on fire tonight. You are on fire tonight. Yeah. He served Laban for a total of 20 years. Yes, 20 years he served for. The next question is, what happened to Rachel? What happened to Rachel in Efrat? What happened to Rachel in Efrat? You all remember what it said happened to Rachel? In Efrat, what happened to her? What happened to Rachel when they were in Efrat? Yes, Topaz, that's a lot of service. He served 7 years first, and then he got Leah. They tricked him and gave him Leah. And he served another 7 years so that he could get Rachel. And then he served 6 years. Yes. During that 6 years, he worked for Laban, taking care of the cattle and the herds and everything else, all the animals and everything. And while he was working for Laban, he was padding his pocket. So he was padding his pocket, making sure that when he left Laban, he left a very rich man. So he was doing some kind of husbandry with the animals to make sure that the animals that were strong, he would breed them with the strong animals and separate the strong ones from the weak ones and left the weak ones for Laban. He made sure that the strong ones had spots and freckles and the weak ones were plain colored. And he left the weak ones with Laban. But remember, he had asked Laban, he says he was going to take the cattle that had speckles. And Laban agreed that he should take the cattle that had speckles. But Laban did not know that what he was going to do was really do some kind of husbandry where he's going to crossbreed the animals and make sure that the ones that were big and strong ended up being his, and the ones that were weak ended up being Laban's. And Laban couldn't say anything because Laban had told him to take the ones that were speckled and freckled. But Laban didn't know that he was going to do this trick. So in fact, he had the ones that were freckled and speckled, and Laban ended up with the ones that were weak and feeble. Yeah, that's what happened. Yes, Topaz, 20 years is a lot of service. Lots and lots of service. Doreen, how are you, my dear? How are you doing, Doreen? Thank you so much for coming into the live. I appreciate you. Topaz, you need to read your Bible now. Topaz has turned into a pillar of salt. You need Topaz, what happened to Rachel in Efrat? When they were journeying and they went to Efrat, what happened to Rachel there? No, she did not turn into a pillar of salt. Nothing like that happened to Rachel. So go read it again. There you go, Doreen. I hope you had a fantastic day. Hope you're having a fantastic afternoon/evening. Thank you so much for coming into the live. We do this over here every Thursday. This Thursday, we are doing the lengthened version. Next Thursday, we'll do the shortened version because that's what we do. We do the versions alternately. When I don't have to work, we do the lengthened version. And when I do work, we do the shortened version. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you. Oh, Topaz. No, where is Jules? Where is Sharon? Where is Prinny? Where is Sandra? What happened to Rachel in Efrat? Who remembers what happened to Rachel over there in Efrat? Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to come on in. My bark is worse than my bite. Right, so if you can come in and listen to my bark, then you don't have to worry. I won't bite you. I won't bite you, I promise. You are so welcome, Doreen. You are very, very welcome, my love. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate the company. I appreciate everybody's company. If somebody can tell me what happened to Rachel in Efrath, then we can move right along. But who is going to tell me what happened to Rachel in Efrath? Where is Jules? Jules, talk to me. What happened? What happened to Rachel over there in Efrath when they were journeying from Bethel? They were journeying from Bethel and they were close to Efrath. They're going to stay on the outskirts of Efrath, just around and in Efrath. And this happened to Rachel. What happened to Rachel there? Who remembers what happened to Rachel over there? Do 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 do. You remember that? That's from what? Wheel of Fortune? Excuse me. I think that's Wheel of Fortune. Or not Wheel of Fortune, right? Not Wheel of Fortune. The other one, right? What's the other one called? One of them. The one with the blue. I don't remember what it's called. But that's the little theme song in the middle. Come on, guys. Nobody remembers. All right. So after this many minutes, I am forced to give you the answer. So while they were journeying from Bethel and they got to the outskirts of Ephrath, we're going to say they were in Ephrath, Rachel went into labor because Rachel was pregnant. And Jeopardy, yes, Doreen, Jeopardy. Yeah, that was Jeopardy. Oh, yes, Sharon. I was just about to give the answer when Sharon came in and give it. Yes, Rachel was pregnant at the time, and when they entered Ephrath, Rachel died giving birth to Benjamin. And Benjamin would be the 12th son for Jacob. Okay? She died child's birth. And she named him before she died. She named him Benoni before she died. And after she had died, her husband Jacob named him Benjamin. All right, great. Listen, guys, I love learning all of this stuff that I did not even know before. What was the name of Shechem's dad? You remember Shechem? Who was Shechem? Do you all remember? If you all remember who was Shechem, then you all will remember who was his dad. Who was Shechem's dad? Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember who was Shechem's dad? Who remembers the name of Shechem's father? Who remembers the name of Shechem's father? Who remember the name of Shechem's father? Who remember the name of Shechem's father? To believe that I did that so quickly. Okay. She went into a difficult labor. Oh, yes, Jules, she certainly did. And we passed by that one. Amor, whoa, B get one right. Yes. Oh my gosh. B, you finally got one right. Thank you, thank you, thank you for answering that one. I was wondering when were you going to answer a question. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Guys, someone just sent me a compliment and I'm blushing because of it and what the person said. But anyway, I will get to it afterwards. But thank you. You know yourself, and I think you're probably in the chat. But anyway, let's move right along. What was the name of Rachel's first child? Let me see if you all have been following. What was the name of Rachel's first child? What was the name of Rachel's first child? Who remembers the name of Rachel's first child? Ah! Oh my gosh, guys. I am so excited. I just love life. I love life. Amid all the disappointments, amid everything that's happening, guys, never give up on yourself. That's the lesson here. Never give up on yourself. I know sometimes it might be hard. You might feel like, oh, I can't be bothered. It's too much and that sort of thing. And you want to just throw in the towels but don't. Don't. And use what you have. And you'd be surprised to know. You'd be surprised to know what you can accomplish. Thank you all so much. What was the name of Rachel's first child? Who remembers? Who remembers the name of Rachel's first child? Anybody remember? Rachel's first child. No, nobody remembers. That should be right off y'all's fingertip. Rachel's first child. What was his name? Really, guys? P, how you didn't get that? How you haven't come up with the answer yet? And you should have the Bible at the back of your hand. You have the Bible at the back of your hand. So how come? How come? Oh my gosh, how come you haven't told me yet? What was the name of Rachel's first child? Who remembers the name of Rachel's first child? All right, nobody remembers. Going once, going twice. We're gonna have to play the Jeopardy theme song for you all to come up with the answer. Oh, Jules got it. Jules got it. It took a long time for Jules to come in with it, but he eventually did. Rachel's first child was Joseph. Joseph was Rachel's first child. All right. Next question. In the story, who was Deborah? In the story, who was Deborah? In the story, who was Deborah? Who was Deborah in the story? Let me make sure I have it right here. Who was Deborah? Who was Deborah in the story? Tell me, guys, who was Deborah? Who was Deborah according to the story? I wanted to make sure that I had the answer correct, so I had to take another look. Who was Deborah? Who was Deborah, guys, in the story? Who was Deborah? Anybody remembers? Does anybody remember who was Deborah? Who was Deborah? Who was Deborah according to the story? Who? Anybody? Nobody remembers? All right, guys, let me tell you where to look to find the answer. Genesis chapter 35 and verse 8. The first person to find Genesis chapter 35 and verse 8. Britannia, how are you doing, my dear? How are you doing? So good to see you. Welcome, welcome into the house. Thank you so much. Go ahead, guys. Find Genesis chapter 35 and verse 8. Genesis 35 and verse 8. Go ahead and start putting it in the chat. The first three words in Genesis chapter 35 and verse 8. Oh, thank you, Brittany. She did. Thank you so much, Mickey. Oh, Mickey, you are so sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing me out. And here is Britannia stopping by. Thank you so much for coming, my dear. I hope you're having a fantastic afternoon and you had a fantastic day. And whatever you're going to do, I hope you do it well and you have a fantastic night, my dear. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. And here is Chidinma. Hey, Chidi, how are you doing? I'm so happy to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a fantastic afternoon. Hope you had a great day as well. Sharon, yes, that was Rebecca's nurse. Yes, Sharon. Deborah in the story was Rebecca's nurse. And I had a few questions when I was reading that because I don't remember where Rebecca joined the gang. Did you all remember where? I And I had tried to read it again, unless there was another Rebecca. But we know that Jacob's mom was Rebecca, but I didn't see where Rebecca was traveling with them. You get what I'm saying? I did not see that. And I don't think I missed it. And I kept going back and reading again to see if Rebecca was traveling with them. But that piece of information just dropped right there in the middle to say Deborah was Rebecca's nurse and she died there. But I didn't see where Rebecca was traveling with them. But that doesn't mean it wasn't happening. Because I thought it was Rebecca was wherever Isaac was, right? And Esau had gone his way, and Jacob was at Laban's, and Jacob was coming now to go meet Esau. But I did not see that where it says that Rebecca was journeying with Jacob at that time. Anyway, we are going to discover a lot more stuff. Yes, P, that was she. Yes, she was a nurse. The next question is, what lie did Jacob and his people tell Shechem and his dad? What was the lie about? What was the subject of the lie? Because you don't have to write the entire thing, but tell me what was the subject of the lie that Jacob and his boys told to Shechem and his dad. What was the lie? The subject of the lie. Who remembers? Who remembers the subject of the lie that Jacob and his sons told to Shechem and his dad? Who remembers? Who remembers the nature, the subject of the lie, the deceit that Jacob and his sons told to Shechem and his dad? Anybody remember? Does anybody remember the lie that Jacob and his boys told to Shechem and his dad? What was the subject of the lie? What was the lie about? Who remember? Oh boy, guys. Every turn I turn, my phone is full of texts. Yeah, I know my friends and family and everybody else are texting. Why you send me the answer on the phone? You can't send me the answer on the phone. You have to send me the answer in the chat. You have to send me the answer to the questions in the chat. You can't send me the answer to the questions I'm asking on my phone. I cannot award you the point if you send me the answer on the phone. Because we are doing this online and the other people, that would not be fair to the other people in the chat. That you choose to send me the answer on the phone. No, you have to send it there so everybody else can see it. Yes. So for the person who sent the answer to me on the phone, could you please type it in the chat? Could you please type it in the chat? If you want to get the point for it, you have to type it in the chat. I'm sorry, but I can't give you the point. I can't give you the point because you sent it on the phone. Okay. All right. What was the subject of the lie that Jacob and his boys told to Shechem and his dad? What was the nature of the lie that Jacob and his sons told to Shechem and his dad? All right. We're going into swords in hand. We are going into swords in hand. We are going into swords in hand, and we are on to Genesis chapter 32. Genesis chapter 32 and verse. CD, how are you? Oh, CD, you change your head? How that head looks so strange to me. That don't look like your usual head. Okay, welcome into the house. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I hope your night is gearing up to be fantastic as well. Now, I am asking the question. What was the subject, guys, of the lie that Jacob and his sons told to Shechem and his dad? Who remember? Okay, I see that. Okay, you change your logo, change your head. All right, I'm going to take a look at that one later on and see. But from what I see here right now, it looks nice. It looks nice. Yeah, that's how we got to change things up as we go along. Yeah, a little change is good. Change is always good. Change is a beautiful thing. Change is a wonderful thing. Yes. Okay. All right, guys. So we are into swords in hand. For those of you who are just coming into the live, we are doing swords in hand / Bible trivia. The question we are on is, what was the subject of the lie that Jacob and his sons told to Shechem and his dad? Does anybody remember? Let me help you all out. Because even though we are doing this, and I'd love for you all to be able to come up with the answer, it is also a learning process. So sharing with you and sharing the information that I have will also go a long way in you triggering your mind, your memory, to help you to remember. If you have not listened to the narrations that I've done, then you may not know. If you have never read the Bible, if you don't know this story, you may not know. But remember that Dinah went out into the city. Dinah went out into the city to go meet the women, so she could see the women in this new place. She could meet with the women, because remember, Dinah was an only daughter. She was surrounded by brothers. So she went out to go meet the women in the city. And Shechem, who was the prince, his dad was the king of the city. And he saw Dinah and thought the damsel was quite fair. She was beautiful. And so he invited Dinah to his place and he defiled her. After that, he told his dad what had happened, and he told his dad to go and ask Dinah's people for her hand in marriage. So now after he defiled her, he wanted to marry her. He wanted to make her his because he loved her. He felt like he loved her so much. And when he and his dad went to talk to Jacob and Jacob's sons about them wanting Dinah, because Shechem wanted to marry Dinah, Jacob and his sons told them a big lie. in their effort to sort of hand out maybe an olive branch, trying to appear friendly and to cut a deal with them, they told them a big lie. What was the subject of that lie that Jacob and his sons told to Shechem and his dad? And it was a lie and sort of an excuse as to why they didn't want to give Dinah over to Shechem to marry. A big lie. What was the lie? The subject of the lie? Who remembers? All right, going once, going twice, going once, going twice, going, 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 and you have 3 seconds, 3 more seconds, and gone. Okay, I'm not going to give you the answer right now. We're going to continue, and I hope that you will find the answer before we are finished here. If not, I will share the answer with you. Okay? But we are going to move right along. The next question is, how many sons did Leah have for Jacob? How many sons did Leah have for Jacob? Thank you so much, CDE. Thank you so much for sharing out the live. Thanks to everybody else who has shared out the live. I may not have seen the notification, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing out the live, and to everybody who have come into the live, I appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. If we have not met before, and it's your first time into my live, please leave me a little message outside of the live so that we can talk afterwards. Okay? Please do that, because not everybody here is a traveler, and if you're not yet a traveler, you are getting there. You are getting there. All right? So CD sent you Life with Mecca and Family. Life with Mika and Family. Why does it seem like I'm familiar with you? Life with Mika. Maybe not. Life with Mika and Family. Okay. All right. Gotcha. All right. He had 6 sons. Yes. Yes, CDE. You're coming on fire. Yes, CDE. CDE got that one right. CDE got that one. Yes. B, she had 7 children for him, but she had 6 sons. She had 6 sons for him. Yes, that is true. Next question. What was the name of Jacob's 2 concubines? What was the name of Jacob's 2 concubines? Yes, P was 6 sons plus a daughter. 6 sons plus a daughter. That is true. What is the name of Jacob's 2 concubines? What were their names? What were the names of Jacob's 2 concubines? Who remember? Who remember the name of Jacob's 2 concubines? Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for coming. If it is your first time on my channel, I want to say welcome. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming in. Whichever of my travelers invited you in, I want to say thank you for those of you who have shared it out. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope everybody's having a fantastic day/afternoon. Yes, CDE. Wow, CDE, you are on fire. Yes, Jacob's concubines were Bilhah and Zilpah. Yes, those were Jacob's concubines. Next question. the name of Rachel's handmaid? What was the name of Rachel's handmaid? Yes, P, you got it, but you came in a little late. You came in, it was the same time you came in, but according to my screen, CDE was on top of you. Yes. Now, what was the name of Rachel's handmaid? What was the name of Rachel's handmaid? Who remembers? Who remembers? What was the name of Rachel's handmaid? Who remembers the name of Rachel's handmaid? Yes, Rachel's handmaid was Bilhah. Yes, you got that one right. Rachel's handmaid was Bilhah. Where was Esau living? Who remembers? Where was Esau living when Jacob found him? Where was Esau living when Jacob found him? Who remembers? Where was Esau living when Jacob found him? Where was Esau living when Jacob found him? Who remembers? Where was Esau living when Jacob found him? Where was Esau living? Who remember the name of the place? Who remember the name of the place? Where Esau was living when Jacob found him. Who remembers the name of the place? Yes, Jules. He lived in Seir. Yes, he lived in Seir in the city of Edom. Yes, that's where he lived. Jules got it. Yes, Jules. Jules is on fire tonight. Jules is on fire. Yes. He lived in Seir in the city of Edom. That's where he found Esau. That's where he found Esau. All right, the next question is, going to be, let's see. Where did God send Jacob to build an altar? Where did God send Jacob to build an altar? Where did God send Jacob to build an altar? Where did God send Jacob to build an altar? Who remembers? Where did God send Jacob to build an altar? Where did God send Jacob to build an altar? Where did God send Jacob? Where did God send Jacob to build an altar? Guys, we are doing pretty well. We are doing pretty well right now. You all are doing good. Should I tell you the scores? Yes, Mecca. Life with Mecca. Yes. Yes, Mecca, you got it right. Yes. He sent him to build an altar in Bethel. Sent him to build an altar in Bethel. And what did Jacob name the altar he built in Bethel? What did Jacob name the altar that he built in Bethel? What did Jacob name the altar that he built in Bethel? Because Jacob is good at making altars, and every one he makes, he gives it a name. What did he call the altar that he made in Bethel? What did Jacob call the altar that he built in Bethel? What did Jacob call the altar that he built in Bethel? What? What? P, you on fire? Yes, he called it El Bethel. Yes, Jacob called the altar that he built in Bethel El Bethel. Yes. Wow, P, you are on fire. Okay, next question. What was Jacob's name changed to? What was Jacob's name changed to? What was Jacob's name changed to? Who remembers? What was Jacob's name changed to? Who remembers? What was Jacob's name changed to? Who remembers? What was Jacob's name changed to? Okay, who remembers? What was Jacob's name changed to? Israel. Yes, Jules. Jules got that one. Israel. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Yes. I bet some people weren't aware of that. Yes. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. All right. We are moving right along. Has anybody yet found out what was the lie that Jacob and his sons told to the Hivites? The Hivites were Hamor and his son Shechem. What was the subject of the lie? What was the subject of the lie that Jacob and his sons told to Shechem and his dad when they went to ask for Dinah to marry? Who remembers? What was the lie? What was the subject of the lie that Jacob and his sons told to Shechem and his dad? Jules, do you remember? Mika? Mika, you tell me. What was the subject of the lie that Jacob and his sons told to Shechem and his dad when they had gone to ask for Dinah's hand in marriage? They told them a very deceitful lie. A very deceitful lie. What did they tell him? Anybody remember the subject of the lie? Guys, my shoulders are a little bit stiff. All that exercise that I have been doing. Yes, Sharon. They said they had to be circumcised. For those of you who don't know the story, let me explain a little bit for you. Let me take a minute to explain for you. So Shechem had taken Dinah and he went to bed with Dinah. Then he loved her. He wanted to marry her. But remember, Dinah was from Jacob's tribe and Shechem was a Hivite. And they didn't want, in those days, even nowadays, those people don't like mixing tribes, don't like to mix. They like their tribes to remain with each other. But Dinah went out and Shechem saw her, liked her, brought her to his house, defiled her, and then he wanted to marry her. So now him and his dad had to go ask Jacob for Dinah's hand in marriage. When they went to ask Jacob and his sons for Dinah's hand in marriage, Jacob and his sons were angry that Shechem had already defiled Dinah. And they certainly did not want Dinah to marry to a Hivite. So they told them, as a peace offering, they say to Shechem and his dad, for our women to marry your men and your women to marry us, you have to get all of your men circumcised like we are circumcised. That was a big lie. Because there was no law, there was no rule, there was nothing, no law that said that they needed to be circumcised. So they were not circumcised. But they told Shechem and his dad that lie and said their men, all the Hivites, needed to be circumcised just like they are circumcised. And with that, Shechem and his dad Hamor acted on it. And because he so badly wanted Dinah, he went, because Hamor is the king, Shechem is the prince. They went and told all the men in their city that it was now law. Everybody needed to get circumcised. Everybody, all the men. And all the men obeyed. And all of them went and got circumcised. Now let me ask you, after the circumcisions, on what day did the massacre occur? How many days after the circumcisions did the massacre occur? Who remember? How many days after the circumcisions did the massacre occur? Anybody remember? How many days? How many days? Oh, okay. All right. How many days after the circumcisions did the massacre occur? How many days? How many days after the circumcisions did the massacre occur? How many days after the circumcisions did the massacre occur? How many days? How many days? Yes, Jews, it was 3 days. On the third day after the circumcisions, when all the men were laid up, because they were sore after having just gotten circumcised, that's when Simeon and Levi carried out the massacre. That's the first massacre that the Bible talk about. Yes, it was after 3 days. Okay? Next question. We are coming up to the end of Swords in Hand, guys. We are running we're running for 2 hours tonight. How many ewes did Jacob send for Esau? How many ewes, E-W-E-S, female sheep. How many ewes did Jacob send to Esau? How many ewes? He was sending peace offerings to Esau. How many ewes did he send to Esau? Who remembers? Let me do some housework here. Welcome into the chat, guys. Thank you so much for coming into the live. It is Thursday, and you know over here on a Thursday, I do Swords in Hand / Bible Trivia. We are running today for just about 2 hours. We are coming up on the second hour. Okay, we're running for 2 hours today. If it is your first time on my channel, I want to say thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. If my travelers have invited you in, I want to say thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. And you're going to have a fantastic night. All right. Thank you so much. If you have not yet hit the like button, now is a good time to do so. If you have not yet hit that subscribe button, now is also a good time to do so. Watch the live and then you hit it and then you take a look in my house, look around from room to room. You will find lots and lots of different information on my channel that might be useful to you. Go ahead, use what you can. And whatever you can't use, leave it for somebody else. Okay, but go from room to room. You'll find my commentary. You'll find my little videos here and there. And for those of you who have not yet seen my Travascence TV shorts, go check it out. I'm on this exercise program. I'm on this unstoppable exercise program. Today makes day 8. Yes, today makes day 8 for me, and I weighed in this morning and looks like it is working. That's why my arms are so heavy, because all that working out, all that running and jumping that I never do before, I am doing now, because I gotta get these pounds. I gotta get off some of these pounds, Yeah, so that's what it is at the moment. So I created the other channel called Travascence TV Shorts, where I'll be putting a little less than a minute videos. I'll try to do it daily. I don't know how I'm going to be able to keep up with that, but I'll try. If it's even me singing or saying something. All right? So go ahead and check it out, guys. If you have not yet checked it out, go check out Travascence TV Shorts, all one word. All right. Let me see if anybody answered the question. How many ewes did Jacob send to Esau? How many ewes did Jacob send to Esau? There are currently 11 million people in the house, guys. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that like button. 4? Just 4 goat? Yes, boy, P, you on fire? Yes, he sent 200 female sheep. 200 female sheep. That's what he sent for Esau. 200 female sheep. Yes, P, you got that correct. Next, how many bulls? How many bulls did Jacob send for Esau? 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 Yes, share. 10 bulls. He sent 10 bulls. Name the place where Jacob believed that he fought with God. Name the place where Jacob believed that he fought with God all night. Name the place where Jacob believed that he fought with God all night. Name the place where Jacob believed that he fought with God all night. Yes, Jules, the name of the place is Peniel. Yes, Jacob believed he fought with God all night in Peniel. What part of Jacob's body was injured in the tussle? What part of Jacob's body was injured in the tussle? Jacob fought with a man all night in Peniel, and Jacob was injured. What part of his body was injured? What part of Jacob's body was injured? Yes, Sharon got it. His hip. Yes, Sharon, his hip was injured. Next question. We are coming on to the end of Swords in Hand. We're running 2 hours today. Name the river over which Jacob sent his family. Remember, he sent his family over the river and he stayed behind. And it was when he stayed behind that he had that tussle all night with God. What is the name of the river over which he sent his family? What is the name of the river over which Jacob sent his family so that they could escape Esau? What was the name of the river? And there he in the Bible, he said it was, there you go. Yes, CDE, it was called Jabbok. The name of the river was called Jabbok. And Jacob sent his family over and he stayed behind. And during the night, he fought with the man. And I am reading it and I am wondering if the man he was fighting with was really Esau or who, but because he had asked the man his name, I'm sure he would have known Esau. And he said it was God that he fought with. I don't know if it was the king of the city, but he said he fought with a man. But at the end of it, he says, well, your name is changed to Israel because you have come face to face with God and you have prevailed. So that was that. Okay, next question. How much did Jacob pay for the land he bought from Hamor's children? How much did Jacob pay for the land he bought from Hamor's children? How much did Jacob pay for the land that he bought from Hamor's children? How much did Jacob, I keep saying Joe, did Jacob pay for the land that he bought from Hamor's children? How much did Jacob pay for the land? Who remember? How much? Yes, CC says 100 pieces of money. That's what it said. 100 pieces of money. Yes, 100 pieces of money. All right, and the last one tonight. The last question. Who built the altar called Elohe Israel? Who built the altar that was called Elohe Israel? Who built that altar that was called Elohe Israel? Who built that altar? Anybody remembers? This is the last question for our Swords in Hand / Bible Trivia this evening. Who built the altar that was called Elohe Israel? Yes, CD, you got that. Who built the altar that was called Elohe Israel? Who built that altar? Do you all remember? Who is the great altar builder in this story? Who is the great altar builder in this story? Yes, Sharon, Jacob. Yes, Jacob built that altar. Yes, guys, here we go. And that is the end of the Bible trivia. That is the end for Swords in Hand Bible trivia for this evening. Let me give you all the scores. Jules got 15. Yes, guys, that's the first time Jules has won Swords in Hand. Thank you so much, Jules. You guys, let's congratulate Jules. Jules got 15 points. Sharon got 8 points. CD got 6 points. Prinny got 5. P got 3. Sandra got 2. And Mika got 1. Well, it was a great game, guys. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed myself. Thank you all so much for coming. Now, are you just coming, Natural Sister? Natural Sister, you are so late. You are so late. I am so sorry that you are just coming because we are closing off Swords in Hand right now. I am so sorry, but welcome into the chat still. Thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now our new winner is Jules. Our newest winner is Jules. All the other winners who have been here before, I think Sharon has won before. Unstoppable has won before. Antonique isn't here tonight, but she has won before. Also, Shelly the Boss. But tonight, the winner is Jules. I want to say thank you so much for coming. Those of you who came in because the live was shared out and you'd never been here before, I want to say thank you so much for having. Chia says she got all 20. But Chia, I didn't even see you answer one in there. You were answering them to yourself. Come on, man. You can't keep information to yourself. Information is to be shared. Share information so everybody else can learn and know what is going on. We don't keep information to ourselves over here on Trebescent's Unstoppable TV. Yes, we don't do that. We share all the information that we have. So thanks again, guys, for coming in. Thanks to each and every one of you who came in. Sharon, CDE, Natural Sister came in late. Our newest winner, Jules. Chiamaka is here, Life with Mecca. Who else? Who else was here? I know Yard Foods was here before, and also the lovely vibes with the Thompson family. CP is here. Also, there is, who else came in? Lots of other people came in. I can't possibly remember everybody who came in. Britannia came in. Who else? Who else? Britannia came in. Doreen came in. Topaz came in. Mickey Laugh, the lovely Mickey Laugh came in. Love you, Mickey. Who else came in? Anybody else came into the live? There were so many people. I can't remember everybody. That girl Prinny was also here. Sanja 2020 was here as well. Sanja 2020 got 2 points. Prinny got 5. Okay, and everybody else, if you were in the chat and I didn't call your name, Mommy Belinda was here. My friend Abina was here as well. If the lovely Teresa was here. Princess Cher was here, and so too was Sylvia Unstoppable was here. Well, guys, I'm not forgetting. I remember you all were here. Thank you so much for having come in and having shared this joyous moment with me. I love coming to do Swords in Hand on a Thursday evening. Gia said she wanted to give everybody else a chance. Yes, Gia, that's so kind of you. That's so kind of you. When I'm giving away a car, you're going to give everybody the chance to, so they can win the car and you won't? All right. But thank you all so much for coming, guys. I appreciate you. Now you all may go ahead and do whatever you have to do for tonight. I am going to go ahead and continue to meet with my family members. We have I have a lot of things to do tonight. That's why I shortened the version. I'm going to be going off so we can continue the conversations and we can continue to grieve together. My aunt passed this morning, so we are, talking with each other on the phone and however else we can and cheering each other up. To my Auntie Sita, aka Mommy, we are going to miss you immensely. My auntie, that's my mama's eldest sister. We are going to miss you immensely. To her children, those are my cousins, Presley and Melanie and Dainty and Bill and Steve and Kay. Our prayers are with you all. The entire family is grieving. Her husband, Mr. Sims, and my other aunts and uncles who are now grieving the loss of their oldest sister. I want to say we are praying for you as a family. We are going to be together and we are going to continue to hold each other up. So thank you again, guys. Thanks to those of you who sent your condolences. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And tonight we are going to be going off from Swords in Hand right now. And we will talk again tomorrow. Okay, guys? So go ahead. Listen to the narrations as I continue them on my channel. When I do them, take note, because the Swords in Hand that comes next week is going to be based off of the narrations that I do starting tomorrow when I start to do Genesis chapter 36. Okay, guys? Thanks again for coming. Go ahead now. Be good to yourselves and be good to each other. Until next time, this is Trev from Trevessence, reminding you to do the same. Be good to yourselves and each other. Good night, guys.